Now, project. When you hear about the project, what are you thinking in your mind? What is the thought process? When you say project, the first thing it will come real time. Everybody focus on how in the real time the people are working or IT members are working on, right? Because we have not yet seen that phase. We are yet to see that phase. So that eagerness definitely will be there with everyone. How we are going to work in real time, right? That is a real time. And then, will I be able to understand if I start working into the project? If I join a company and where I can see the information and whatever they will give, will I be able to understand? Why it is required? Because there is a fear. Fear of what? We just now entered into the IT company. We don't know how the project is, but that fear will be there, right? And this is the second thing. And the third thing is that, will I be able to do it or not? Will I be able to do it or not? That means whatever I have learned so far, can I apply those things into the real time? So these three things will be raised into everybody's mind. Whenever we say project, immediately the question will be raised real time. And the second question will be like how I will get a project, from where I'll get a project, and what is the story I'll be working on it, and how should I communicate to the other person. And the third thing is that I learned it, whatever you told me that I have learned it, I have attended the 4 months training or a 6 months training, but if I get a job, will I be able to do it? Whatever so far I have learned it, will I be able to explain the same thing or do it same thing in the real time? So these three are the key points that everybody looking for the project, right? If you understand this, now you will be able to not only the understanding, I'll be explaining one project to you guys, okay? But I'll be giving the another project for an assignment, right? Based on that project completion, I'll give you another project. Okay, total 2 projects. One initially, I'll give the one project. If you are able to complete that, you need to submit your project to me. Right? Whenever you are submitting it, if I have any question, I need to have a one-on-one discussion with you how you have implemented the project. Right? What are the scenarios you have taken? Why did you go for this scenario? Why did you go for another way? Why cannot happen in another way? I might ask you the different questions. Right? That is the understanding of this. And second thing is that in the interview, if something they are going to ask about the project, now I'm going to put a resume. Now I'll go for an interview. When I go for an interview, what is the expectation from the interviewer? What they are going to ask here, right? That is a question. What are the questions will I get if I go for an interview related to the project, right? And what is the person is expecting from the project? These 4 points are you have to remember, right? So now we are going to start one of the project. Now this project, same project, I'll use it for the admin. So far, almost everybody is completed the admin part. Evening batch, we are left with the lightning flows. Apart from that, we are going to cover everything in this project. And once we complete this admin project, the same project, how can I implement using the development? That means customization, right? And same thing, how can I use it with the lightning? When I say lightning, Aura or LWC, using this, how can I implement? And then we will go with the integration. Now I'm going to take a MuleSoft application because MuleSoft application is a free. So I can show you the one integration with the MuleSoft application, or else I can show you with the Postman. Sorry, phone code, like a phone numbers, SMS. You have to send a SMS from the Salesforce to another person, right? If you want to integrate with the SMS, how can you do that? Right? So you will be able to I can show you that. So we have a one project. That project work I have divided into the admin part. I have divided into the development, divided into the LWC, Lightning Aura, and divided into the integration. Now today, whatever we are going to learn, it's a very basic level. Whoever is sitting here, whoever is online, everybody should be capable of understanding the today's project. So don't worry about whether I'll be able to understand because I have not completed the admin sessions yet. Remove that thought process from your mind. Okay, everybody will be able to understand the today's project because today is a very basic project. But what is important today is you should understand the functionality. How in the real time you will get a requirement. How do you get a requirement? And where do you get a requirement? So these are today is very basic. So everybody should be able to understand. So take out all the questions from your mind because I'm hearing it whether I'll be able to understand today's session project or not because we have not completed the admin. So don't worry about it. So everybody will be able to understand. Fine. So let's set up the password. Okay, so we have created the org. So this org is Swapna IT27 Dev org and the company information. Let's go to company information, click on a company information. So our company information is NA235. So this is the instance. And here developer edition, and this is the org ID. And this is the data space, file space we have. Perfect. Now let's jump on to the project. Recruitment app project overview. Okay. So this is the project everybody should be aware because we are in that phase. Right? We know that how the recruitment happens. But in the real time, if some company wants to build an application of the recruitment app, how can they build it? Right? So they will get a kind of a document from the client. Right? So client side, we have a business analyst. So the business analyst will prepare a documentation of the functionality and they will give the documentation will be 20 pages or 30 pages of the documentation. And the document will have everything from the beginning to the till the end, including the automate, customization, everything will be there, right? Now, the first thing they will be explaining what is the purpose of implementing this application. Why should I need to go for this application? Okay, so the summary is the recruitment management application is it's a cloud-based application hosted in the Salesforce. Let's take a scenario, Wipro company. Wipro company wants to implement an application by using the Salesforce, right? So, and they wanted to, why they wanted to go for a Salesforce? Because it is a cloud-based application. Wipro company is there in a different places. In the entire world, we have a Wipro company in everywhere. No, overall in the world, they wanted to use this application. So basically, they are designing this to streamline the recruitment process for the organization. When I say recruitment, there is a lot of things are happening at the back end. So we just know that the job is posted there. We just know that information. But back end, so many things are happening. Right? So everything they wanted to streamline the process. So far, they are doing everything manually. Right? So manually is nothing but sending an email to the candidate, right? And sending some information to the another person or contract they are looking at. So everything is happening manually. Now they wanted to implement recruitment process organization. They wanted to streamline this by using the declarative. When I say declarative, is nothing but a configuration, just using the clicks. So they wanted to declare, they wanted to organization using the declarative and custom development, clicks and Apex, clicks and Lightning, clicks and LWC. So declarative programmatically, they wanted to combine both together and streamline the process. And this application will enable the organization to manage what are the positions are opening and who are the candidates profiles, candidate skill set, job application, candidate review. Right, so these are all information we need to capture in the application. These are the applications. So manage the details of the job posting on the various employment website. Because whenever the position is open, position is not opening only in the Hyderabad. Positions are open different places. Bangalore, Australia, US, different places the positions are opening. For a human to track all the position is so difficult. They cannot remember because all of a sudden the market goes very high and they start recruiting the people like anything, like 30 members from the Hyderabad, 30 members from the US, like that they were recruited. So for HR, it is difficult to remember where are the positions are there. Now, in that case, this is the overview. So the goal of this project is to improve the efficiency of the recruitment process and reduce the manual workload on the human. So overall, we wanted to improve the recruitment experience. When we wanted to recruit the experience, now here is the problem statement. The problem right now is the recruitment process can be time consuming. It's taking a lot of time for the HRs just for a single posting. Now, and labor intensive. There is a lot of things are labor things are involved there. So they wanted to reduce. So HR professionals often spend a lot of time in managing the position details, job posting on a different employment website, tracking the candidate details, scheduling the interview. These all things are done by the HR. No, these things are happening manually. Now, they wanted to align the candidates with the right skills for the position. But sometimes this is a real-time experience. Now we have a position. In that positions, there are a real interested candidates. And few members just wanted to try it. So they will apply just for whether I'll get a call or not, right? And some candidates are, its job title is not matching perfectly with the resume, but still they will apply it. So that means HR need to divide what is the candidates, what is the exact candidates, which is qualifying this job. That means your resume has to give a information which is equal to the job description, right? Sometimes I have a job openings for the Lightning Aura, but they will put a resume candidate will apply who has an experience in Java, right? So that time the people, they will not be qualified because there is some distribution will happen. Right. So right now AI tools are came into the market, right? So there is some tool which most of the companies are using it in order to filter out the resumes. So there is an application all the HR team members are using right now. So make sure whenever you are applying a resume or anything, so it has to be matched with job description. So that is one of the AI tool I just remember. Okay, so position for the interviews and maintaining the feedback review. So the current process is often fragmented and can result in missed opportunities to attract the retained top talent. So whoever is having the talent in that skills or in that job, right, whatever they have worked in. So in order to recruit the right talented members, so they are going to, this is the problems they are explaining to the IT company. They are explaining to the IT company. Now here application name is recruitment app. Now if I want to implement a recruitment application, what are the objects which I needed? So the object which I need is first of all position object. Position object, and this position, whatever is opening up the position, how customers or how candidates will come to know, because they are going to post it, job posting will happen. Job posting will happen in the different websites. Job posting will have a different website, like in India, Naukri, LinkedIn. So these are the different places where you are going to, they have to post it. So that means here position object, but this position we are posting in the different website. This is one object. This is another object. In between, I have a junction object, which is a job postings. So which position, which website? This position I'm posting in LinkedIn. This position I'm posting in Naukri. This position I'm posting in Monster, right? Monster. So I don't know in India what all things are there. So these are the applications they are going to post it, right? So here these three are the purpose of these three is what is the position, where I am posting it, which website I am posting it. Everything will be captured in the job posting. Now, whenever the position is created, now who is handling that position? I need a HR person. Right, so HR might be handling the one position or multiple positions. HR means who have a access to the Salesforce. That means HR is a user in the Salesforce. HR, we need to create a credentials for the HRs. Then only they can be able to log into the Salesforce and see what is the position is available. Right, so that means I'm going to link up the position with user object. That means I'll create a lookup relationship on the position object, which is looking for the user object, and the name of the field is hiring manager. All the hiring managers should be present inside the Salesforce org, right? So that's the reason we have a user object. User object is a standard object. Position is a custom object. Job is a custom object. Employment website is a custom object. Now, job application object. We have a job application object. Why this is introduced? Because let's talk about the candidate. Now we have posted on the website. Now, once it is posted on the website, candidates are going to apply for a job. So when they apply for a job, sometimes candidate will apply multiple places. Same position, same information. They will apply in the Monster, they will apply in the LinkedIn, right? They will apply in the different place, right? Now, I wanted to know that how this candidate is applied. Maybe possible that this candidate is applied for the Salesforce, Java and JavaScript in the same company, but it is applied multiple times. When it is applied multiple times, in order to track that, we have a job application object. Now, if you remember this, let me start. So, right, so those are the automation rules which we have implemented. Now, these are the main object that I'm going to use it, right? So today is a basic session. Again, I'm repeating, today is a basic session where we will be creating the objects, fields, formula fields, validation rules, whatever we have learned so far in the admin, everything I'll be covering it. If time is not sufficient today, probably I'll cover it next week, right? But remember that the same project, whatever we are implementing, the same project will be going for the development also. Okay, so in the position object, now in the position object, they will give you the information. Now here, till this point is a client BA responsibility to create a documentation. Now, where this documentation will be there, either this documentation they will give you through the email ID, or else client BA and IT company team BA both will work together and they will create a document, and inside the company, inside the IT company, in the Confluence, they will create a documentation. Right, so BA will create a Confluence page where it will detailedly explain what is the problem or what is the project that we are going to implement. Because the client BA does not have access to the company IT applications. So that's the reason IT company BA and client BA, almost they will work for 1 week in order to identify the problems and what are the issues that they are facing yet. Everything they will identify, and this BA, IT company BA responsibility is to create a documentation in the Confluence page. Now that is part for the BA. Now the next architect will come into the place. Now when the architect come into the place, now they will decide this structure.
After 7 days.
Now in this structure, we have an object which is a position, right? So in the position, what are the fields needs to be created? Now these are the fields needs to be created. Job description, responsibilities. So these are the like locations. Like this, we will be creating it. So that means architect will create another documentation which is called as a data model, which is called data model. Data model is nothing but where we are talking about the object, where we are talking about the fields. Whose phone is that? Okay. So data model. So data model is objects and fields. Okay. So first let's go ahead and create it. Position object. Position object has to post it into the website. So that means using the job posting object, we have to post it. Now the connection will be between the position and object job posting. Both the sites will have, right? Both the sites will have to implement. Similarly, employment website, it has to be linked to each other. Now the candidate will be applying the position. Now it has to be linked job application and candidate. Job application is a junction between the position and candidates. And then we'll have a user object. User object is a standard object. Now these are the main objects. Inside these main objects, we'll have a related objects, right? Whenever we create a object, there are two things will be there in the object. Detail section, related. So this is the detail section. Position object is a detail section. In this detail section, beside that we have a related list, right? So we need to show the related list of the job application. So whatever this job application is there, it has to be shown into the related list of the position. And similarly, employment website, this has to be shown into the position object. And on the candidate object, we will be showing the job application related list. So job application related list should be there in the candidate object. Job application related list should be there in the position. Right? And in the employment website object, we'll have a position related. Whatever this position is there, this position related, we will be showing directly onto the employment website object. Right? This is overall which we are going to implement. So first thing is that we will be implementing the data model. So in order to implement the data model, the step one which we are going to do is first we need to create a recruiter app. Recruiter app, we have to create it. Give me a second. Now, if you want to create a recruitment app, how do you create it?
5 steps.
How you will be creating it?
Go to app manager.
App manager.
App manager. Like India. Select it.
The function.
Agent के app name developer name.
What happened?
Yeah, ఇది income tax PAN card all with the camera.
Now, let's go ahead and create a recruitment app.
ఇదే అప్పుడు
పచ్చిమిరపకాయ.
పచ్చింది.
What should I need to do?
App manager.
Manager.
Monitor, the app monitor.
New lightning app. Click on.
New lightning app.
New lightning app.
New lightning app.
Select requirement.
Recruiter.
Okay, so let's click on the next. What should I need to do? Navigation styles.
Who need to change over here?
No need to change anything. Let's go with by default.
Also by default.
Do I need to add a utility?
No, click on next.
Somebody said yes.
No.
No.
Okay.
It's selected.
Okay. What are the items? Items means what?
Navigation items.
Objects. So let me choose the user. And what else we need to add?
Related limitation.
Do I need to add anything here?
No. We have to create a custom objects.
Custom application, we are creating it. So I need to add anything. Which profiles do I need to use it?
System admin.
Command.
So in the real time, instead, you will also use the system admin as well as the company or a client or an architect, whoever is there, they are going to give you the list of the profiles. You need to attach those profiles here and click on save and finish. Now, will I be able to see that application?
No, from the app launcher we have.
Okay, from the app launcher. Recruiter app. Now, how many objects? Only one object.
One object.
Now, step 1 is completed. Now, step 2 is I need to create a object. Which object I need to create it? I need to create a position object.
Position.
How do I create a position object?
Go to setup. Click
Go to
on
the
the object manager.
Object manager.
In the object manager.
Okay, so let's go to the object manager.
Object manager. Click on
Click on the
custom create
custom
object.
Right. Position object.
Object.
position.
Now, in the position object,
Positions.
plural name positions. Now, what should I need to use the record name here?
Record manager.
What should be the record name? Name of the field data type is text. So I need to use the position name. I'm going to check allow reports, allow activities, track the fields, enable. That's not good. Now,
Search.
Attachments.
Font.
Now search.
allow search. Okay. Now in the tab, I'm going to select the icon. Step 2, which profiles do I need to add it? Default, let's leave it
Default.
as
Default.
default.
Click on it.
Default.
Now, which application do I need to add this?
Recruiter.
Recruiter. So only for a recruiter, I'm adding it. Click on save. So that means only in the recruiter app, you will be able to see the positions. Now, by default, it is showing here. No. So what should we do that? How to add that position?
Can you please refresh?
Click
You have
on
to activate.
the pencil button. Click on the pencil button.
So whenever we create a tab, automatically it will be added onto the application. You need not to do any alteration or anything, nothing is required. As soon as you create an object, it will be appear here. Now, whenever the object is created, what are the fields will be created?
5 fields will be created.
So we have a
One is the name,
ID,
five
another
record
is the ID, another is the owner, another is the last modified by, created by.
right. Now we are going to create this. These are the text area long, job description, responsibility, skills required, educational requirement. How do I create a fields?
Click on the fields and relation.
Which data type do I need to use it?
In there, you can select the data type.
text area.
Ma'am,
Yes,
I have a question.
yes, Veera.
Ma'am, in real time also, like client will provide the data type, or it will be decided by us only?
Your architect or a team lead will be providing the information.
Okay, the client would not be providing.
Client
it.
will not give you the data types. Client does not know about Salesforce. They know how to use a Salesforce, but they don't know how you are creating the fields, what are the data types. They might not give you the information. Whoever is the team lead is there in your team, they should be providing it.
Yeah, you told the architect, right?
Architect or a team lead or business analyst. If business analyst is aware of the Salesforce.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Now, profiles by default for everyone. Any questions last? Now we are adding to the position layout. Now let's click on a new. What is the next one? Next one, we are going to create a text area long. Next button.
Ma'am, can we copy the records from other object to this object?
You can copy it, but how do you want to copy?
Entire record, ma'am.
How do you copy?
No, I am asking, is there any feasibility like that?
Yes, you can do that, but you cannot directly do it from the here. Now only you can do it when you have a same data type. You have a two objects. In the two objects, there are 4 fields are there. You have a one object. Here, one object and this side another object is there. In these two objects, you have a same data type fields. When you have a same data type fields and same information, then definitely you can copy. But in real time, it won't be like this. In real time, the purpose of creation of object is all the object purpose is different. If you are copying the data from here to here, it will not work out. Because this might be the position object. In this, you are creating the records which are related to the position. And this is a, let's assume that job application object. Now, if you are trying to place position object record into the job application, is it a right data? It's not a right data. Job application data is a completely different from the position. That you can copy, there is a flexibility is there, but it's not a right data. So you are messing up with the Salesforce application. You got it?
Copying in the sense like taking it to SOP.
Sorry?
Copy in the sense like you mean taking it from SOP, from database alone. You
So let's create a new one here and the skills required. The next one is the skills required, which is a text area long. Skills required.
Right.
What is the help text here? Why do we use a help text in the field?
Guide regarding the field, what data needs to be filled.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
To guide what needs to be, like data needs to be fed in the field.
Right, so this is kind of a information for another users. Now, what is the difference between the text area long and rich?
Rich, we have the options like bold, Italian, color, font, we can change.
The
Text,
area
rich text area supports objects like images. We can upload the images.
can change the font.
Okay, is there any differences, limit differences are there? How many characters I can enter in text area long and text area rich?
Text area, ma'am, 255 characters we can enter. In text area, it can be more than that.
Okay. So we have done with creating these data types. Now let's go ahead and create the currency, minimum pay, maximum pay. This is on the position object. So that's the currency. Now click on the next, minimum pay. And what is the API field used? Why we need a API field in the? What is the API field?
Is the internal name of the object.
Nothing, that is nothing but the field,
Is the
field name,
Real name of the object.
the database.
Application interface, which is like a custom object, which is given which is we have to define while creating the column.
But what is the purpose of it? Application.
Duplicates cannot allow.
It is used in backend.
No, while in the development, we use this name to get the details of the field. That API name.
This is for the developers or a admin, right? So if you want to play with the field, you have to always use the API field. By using the API field, you will be able to modify, manipulate it, right? So anytime if you want to manipulate it, you can use the API field.
Ma'am, it will be used in the backend also, no?
Yes, it will be used in the backend also. When I say manipulate, that means it is used in the backend. Now, the next we are going to create a travel required Apex checkbox, JavaScript, Lightning. These are the different type of skills that we are looking for this position. Right, so for this position, we are looking for a Apex who have a knowledge, JavaScript, Lightning. So these all are checkboxes. Travel is required. Click on this checkbox. Next. Travel required. What will happen if I enable this auto add to custom report type?
We can access that field from the while we are creating the reports.
We can access from?
In the reports, we can access
Then
that
only
field.
we can create report for that.
Offline, guys, why we use that checkbox? What is the purpose of it? Move your hand.
It's changed, no? Sorry. It's corrected, no? Just give me.
Yeah, wait. What is the purpose of it? Who is that? Okay. Okay. Others? What is the purpose of it?
It will be automatically added to.
It will be automatically added to the
Report type.
okay. What is the another option? Still, I'm not able to see in the report.
We need to adjust it in the page there.
No,
We should be allowing reports.
I enabled this option here, but still I'm not able to see in the reports.
Click on allow report.
What is the issue?
Permission, I don't.
Permission sets.
Where? Allow reports where? Right. So while creating the object, you need to specify the checkbox, allow reporting. So it has to be checked as well as at the data type, which is a current checkbox level, you need to use that. Now, another one is JavaScript. Why we do not have a required option for a checkbox? The required checkbox is not there. When I'm creating the data type, which is a checkbox.
It's mandatory.
Why there is a no required field? Only for true or false. It's a standard functionality because checkboxes never be required. We should not have a checkboxes as a required checkboxes. It's a optional. We should not restrict anybody to enable true or false. Multi-select we do not. Now next we are going to create a open date when the position gets open. Right, so that is a date. Now let's go ahead and create a date. Click on the next button. Open date. Now what will happen if I check a required?
So mandatory.
Mandatory, but what will happen to the next screen?
All the visible will be automatically checked.
All the visible will be automatically checked. That means it will be grayed out. Based on the required checkbox, the next screen will be grayed out. You don't have an option to select the profile level. Right? So that will be restricted. Now the next we are going to create a location, which is a pick list. Click on new pick list field. Now what is the differences between the pick list and multi-pick list?
For Picklist, only one value can be chosen. For multi-Picklist, multiple values can be chosen.
If I want in the order, what should I need to do? Where I need to do alphabetically?
Display alphabetically.
Drag.
There is a checkbox.
Right. So next we are going to create a, let's say, team building. No, these are the team building. Another pick list is functional area. Now what is the functional area? Finance, human resource, information technology, warehousing. Now let's create a pick list. Now in the real time, if you are part of a development and your project is starting from the scratch, you should be doing all these things. Whatever we are doing right now, exactly we have to do it in the real time. This is how you will be first implementing the data model. So that means first you need to set your data model. If your data model is finalized, then only you will go for the actual implementation. Now functional area, so finance, human resource, information, technology, warehousing. Now here you have a display values alphabetically. What will happen? Display values alphabetically.
It will display alphabetical wise.
Alphabet.
Alphabetically.
Click on save, next, and the save and new. And we have one more pick list field, job level. So job level, we have a pick list field. Let's say FN-100, FN-200, FN-300, FN-400, and HR-100, HR hyphen 200. So like that, some values will be there. HR hyphen 400. Next IT hyphen 100, IT hyphen 200, IT hyphen 300, IT hyphen 400. Now click on the next button. Click on next and click on save and new. Now another one is status. Now, what is the other way to create a fields? We are creating the fields and object
Schema
from the
builder.
object manager. Is there any other way to create a fields and object?
Schema builder.
Schema
builder.
builder.
Schema builder.
Down.
Can
What
use
will
schema
happen if I create a schema builder through the schema builder?
We
Can
have
create-
to
The structure we
activate
can
tabs.
see.
Tab.
Relationship
We can
structure we can
create
see.
a tab separately.
Right. Closed, not approved. Closed, hyphen, cancel. Click on the next. Click on save and new. Now we have a few more type, workdays and certification. Let's create a picklist field. Now, is it easy? Can we work in real time creating the objects?
Yes.
Yes, madam.
Did we learn all these things?
Till now,
Yes,
we are
madam.
Yes.
able to do.
Part-time internship and a contractor. Now, if I wanted to create a global pick list, how can I create it?
You can promote to global.
But how do you create a global pick list?
From Sarah or cities.
Picklist value sets.
Pick list values. Where do you search that? Setup and search pick list values. What will happen if I create a global pick list values?
Automatically.
For single object I can refer or multiple object?
Multiple.
Multiple rows.
Multiple objects.
Multiple objects.
Scenario for global pick list. When do you create a global pick list?
Location. Number.
Location.
Objects have same picklist
Lang-
values.
Longer product.
Then we can use the global picklist and we can use directly use the brand.
Okay. So can I convert the pick list field to multi pick list?
Yes, you can.
Yes. Yes, madam. You can.
Anything.
Yes, but if I have a records, can I convert? Assume that I have a records on the object level. If I have a records at the object level, can I convert the pick list field to multi pick list?
No.
Sure. Can we
Sure.
convert it or not?
No, madam.
We cannot convert. Did anybody try this scenario? Converting the pick list to multi pick list?
No.
You can convert it. If I have a records, sorry, online guys, you guys are saying something.
I tried multiple single.
What will happen if I convert pick list to multi pick list? What is happening here?
You have to give access.
I created a pick list field work days. And if I convert to the multi pick list, what is happening here? It is checking all the pick list values and it is asking me that, do you want to use all these fields? That means, do you want to use all these things and how many lines you wanted to display?
Minimum 3. It should be minimum.
Number of visible lines must be greater than 3. I have a 4 values. Let's keep it as a 4. I have only 3 values. That's okay. We can't save. But if I have a record on the object level, and if I'm converting the picklist field to multi-picklist, what will happen to the record?
When you open that page, that time it will be full, whatever we have given here.
Your voice is
Oh.
not clear. Whoever is talking, your voice is not clear. What will happen if I have a record? 10 records are there.
Yeah, madam.
Right.
We have given three right now. Then when you created 650, what that 3.
No, okay, so my question here is, I have an object. Assume that I have some position object. In this position object, there are 10 records are there. There are 10 records are there. And these 10 records has the value in the pick list. The value is already selected here. The value is already selected. Now what I'm doing is I'm converting the pick list to multi-pick list. Now, if I'm converting the pick list to multi-pick list, whatever the data is available here, what will happen to that data? It remains the same, but if I convert from the multi-pick list to pick list, data loss will happen. When it happens from the pick list to multi-pick list, nothing will happen. It works. But when you convert from the multi-pick list to pick list, you are going to lose the data. Why we are going to lose the data here? Pick list accept only one value. Multi-pick list will accept more than one value. So there is a data loss will happen. Now next, certification text area.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I tried to convert picklist to multi-picklist. It is also showing me same thing, like it will lost the data.
It lost the data.
Like it's showing it's showing a message that like it will cause inactive picklist values to be lost.
Inactive pick list values will be lost. That is for there. Active pick list values will not be lost, but when you are converting the pick list to multi-pick list, you will be losing the inactive fields. Inactive field values.
Inactive means which we haven't used any time, right?
No. Inactive means when you go to the pick list, you have an active section and inactive section. So here, this is the active one and this is the inactive value. So you will lose the inactive values here. These values, whatever the values are there, these inactive values, you will lose it when you convert the pick list to multi-pick list.
Okay, ma'am.
We are done with creating the object and the fields. Step 3 is create a record in the position object with proper data. Now let's go to the Recruiter app, and here we have click on the refresh. Now when I create a fields, by default, how the page layout looks like? How the page layout will be looks like?
One line, one column.
All the fields will be added in the left side.
Single
There is
line.
no format at all. By default, everything will goes into the left side. Now let's add the data here. Position is, let's say, JavaScript. And the responsibilities is, let's say, experience. In JavaScript. Skills required is Java and JavaScript. Educational requirement, like maybe they need a BTech or MTech, whatever it is. Minimum pay. So some pay, and maximum pay, some pay. Travel required, yes. Apex, they should be, JavaScript, they should know, and Lightning, they should know. And open date, we are planning to open on September 11th. Location is Hyderabad. Functional area is finance. And job level is, let's select FN 400. Status is new position. Type full-time. And they should know the Sales Cloud. Certification, they should have a JavaScript certification. Click on save. Now the record is created. Now I'm going to clone this record. Now let's change the position here. Let's say Apex. Experience in JavaScript, Apex, Socle, Social, and skills required JavaScript and Apex, Socle, Social. What is Social? Somebody says. Okay. Minimum pay is 750 and then it might go to the 6. Apex, they should know Apex. And they should know Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and they should have a admin certification and PD1 certification. We have created the 2 records. That should be enough. No, you can create a Salesforce Admin, Development, Lightning, or a LWC JavaScript. Those all you can create it. Now, step 4 is create a dependent pick list on a position object. Now, what is a dependent pick list? Right. So, based on the one field value, I wanted to control the another field. What is the value should be displayed? And dependent we can create only for a pick list. Only for we can create a pick list dependent. That means I have a 2 fields. Now these 2 fields are separate fields. Both are pick list fields. Now based on the selection of this field, I am going to choose the values of this field. That means here in this pick list, I have assume that 10 values are there. Instead of showing the 10 values, I wanted to show only the 4 values based on the selection of the first field value. So if you want to control this, then you have to create a dependent. Now here, dependent pick list is on the position. Now, in order to create a dependent pick list, controlling pick list is functional area. Now here, dependent pick list is job level. Now let's go here. Now here for finance department, we'll be starting with FN. In the functional area, we have some pick list values. What are the pick list values we have in the functional area? Finance, right? So hiring manager, human resource, information, right? So if I have selected the finance, it should show only the starting with FN. If I select it here, functional area, which is the informational technology, it should show only related to the starting with IT. So that is the dependent which I'm going to create it. Now here, in order to create a dependent, go to the fields and relationship and field dependencies. Click on this field dependencies. In this field dependencies, right now we do not have anything. So click on a new button. And then you can say here controlling field functional area. Dependent field is job level. Click on continue. Now once I click on a continue, now here it is going to ask finance. I wanted to select the FN. So select here. Hold the shift key and then choose which are the values you wanted to select. Hold the shift key. If you are using the Windows, if you are using the Mac, then you have to use the control keyboard. Human resource, you have to use the include values. Now I'm going to select it here, HR. For the human resource, include it. And for the information, I'm going to use ID. Include. Now, right now, for warehouse, we are not displaying anything. Now, once this is done, click on save. Okay. Uncontrolling field does not have, yes, does not have. It is not going to allow me. Now let's
One more. Okay.
paid dependencies. That is created the functional area. Now let's go to the Apex. Let me clone this. Let us say Salesforce Admin. Or whoever is interested on Salesforce Admin, what are the job description that everybody asking? What is the job description that companies are asking?
OWD.
Automation tools. Tools.
Close.
Skills required is
Close.
all the configuration. Educational requirement is they take minimum pay. This and open date. This is the now here if you see finance. If I select a human, it is not selected. If we edit this, this is view all dependencies, view all dependencies. Now, based on the selection of this, I'm going to display the values here, HR. And if I select a informational technology, I'll be able to select the IT. Right, so let's change here. Salesforce Admin. Click on save. That's about the dependent picklist field. Now the next one is create a formula field on the position object. Now the formula field is days open. So the number we need to find out. If close date is a blank, then today hyphen open date. Otherwise close date is minus open date. That means if I do not have a close date is a blank, then you need to use the today, from today minus whatever the open date, previous open date is there, you need to choose it. Otherwise, if you have a close date, from the close date back to the open date, how many days it has been this position is open. Now, when you go to the naukri.com or in Monster, it will show you that job position when this posting has happened. 2 days back, 1 day back, right? The number of days it will show. So similarly here, number of days I wanted to display. Now, do we have a close date here? Open date is there.
Close date
Close
not.
date is not. Now
No.
let's create a new field, close date. Now, why can't I take a date and time? Why can't I take a date and time? Why I'm choosing the date?
Open date is all the date. So if you perform operation between date time and date, it won't be.
I have an open date with the data type called date. So when I'm comparing the open date and the close date, if my open date is a date and if my close date is a date time, what I need to do, I need to again convert the date time to date in the formula field. Then I need to compare with open date and close date. So it will be difficult for the configuration or a customization. So if I choose a date, I can able to compare the two fields. Now let's go ahead and create a formula field. How do I create a formula field?
Select the form.
What is formula field? What is formula field? Okay. And what should be the data type I should take it?
Date.
Date or number? Date or number?
Number.
Number.
Where you said date in online, why you think date? It should be number. We are trying to find out the differences between the two dates. Now, how do I create a formula field? Now I need to compare the today minus open date. When should I take a today minus open date? If the close date is a null. If the close date is null, then we have to take it. Anything happen back in? So if close date is null, then we should take a today. If I have a close date, then I need to use the close date minus open date. Now, how should I build the formula field?
If
function, okay.
if function, close date.
I cannot see the function here. If function. Advanced formula, okay.
Advanced formula.
Now let's choose the if function. Insert. What do I need to write here? Logic test.
Insert field. Insert field. Close date.
Insert field.
Close date. Select close date.
Close date or open date?
Close date.
Close date. Close date.
Who is that, sir? Okay. I need to find out the number of differences. Days, number of differences. Days, I need to find out. How can I find out? Is the open date is the highest or close date is the highest? Close date is the highest. So close date minus, I need to go for a open date. Now, for this close date minus open date, if I do not have a close date, what I'll be using it? Today. Instead of null, I'll use it today minus open date. Now, what is the condition that I need to check here? I'm using the if condition. In the if condition, I have a condition check. And then if condition is true, what should happen? If condition is false, what should happen? Now, what is the condition check that I need to do?
If close date is null, then
Close date is null. How do
Null.
I check the close date is null in the formula field? Is
null.
Is blank.
This is a number field. Either you can use a null or a blank.
Okay.
So let's go for a is blank.
Is-
Now here close date. Now, if it is a null, what should happen?
Today minus
Today
open date.
Today minus
Today minus.
open
Open
date.
date.
Now, what should be the condition check I need to do?
Close
Close
date.
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 Now for this close date, I need to use the is blank.
Is blank.
Is blank expression.
Today minus open date.
Today minus.
If it is a blank, how do I use it today? Simple text I need to write today.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, madam.
Current
and close brackets.
current date today.
Current date today minus insert open date.
Open date.
Insert. And if it is a false, false means
Close date minus
Close date.
open date.
close date minus open date.
Open date.
Now, why should we use the formula field?
Because you are supposed to display on the numbers basis.
Okay, but why should we use the formula field?
To perform the evaluate conditions.
can get the output of process.
Okay,
Some mathematical or logical operation.
It's dynamically,
dynamically, what?
we'll get the output dynamically. Let's say tomorrow that changes.
Okay, if you want to change the formula field, what you will do? I wanted to change the value of the formula field. Formula field is a read only. I wanted to change the value of the formula field. Where should I need to change it? Where should I need to change? Formula editor? No, I wanted to change the value. I do not want to change the formula. I want to change the value of the formula.
Based on the input fields.
Source. What is the source for the formula field? Source is a close date, open date. If you want to modify anything value inside the formula field, you need to make a changes to the source. If you make a changes to the source, formula field value automatically updated. What happened?
What happened now?
Offline people are enjoying. It doesn't seem like a project. No. Now, next one. Next one is also formula field. I need to create a severity text to display the value red, yellow, green. If the days open is a greater than 20, then I should display the red. If days open is greater than 20, less than 20, then I need to display the yellow. Now let's do that. Now I need to create another formula field. Now what should I need to write it?
Days open.
Severity.
Yeah.
Now what should be the output?
Red,
Text.
yellow. Oh, yeah, red, yellow.
Red.
Now what is the formula field that I need to write? Okay. So basically what I need to display? Red, green, yellow.
Yellow.
Now, what I need to check the condition? Which field? First of all, which function do I need to use it here?
If
If
condition.
condition. If condition. Click on this if condition. In the if condition, what is the logical test?
Is big yellow,
If
severity.
Is big value.
Are we checking the pick value or are we checking the, what are we checking here?
Number of days opened.
Number of
Days
days open.
open.
Days open.
Days.
is
Days open
greater.
is formula field,
Greater.
the one which we have created right now. So what I need to check the condition?
Days open is greater
Okay.
than.
Days
Greater
open
than.
is greater than 20.
Within this formula field, I need to create another formula field. I need to insert another formula field. What is the other formula field which we have created?
Days open number.
Days open.
Days open number. I am creating a formula field. Within the formula field, I am using the another formula field for a condition check. Now, based on this condition check, I'm going to display the values. So days open number is, if it is a greater than 20, what is the value? If it is a true,
Red.
let's say
Red.
red. If it is a false,
Green.
Green.
you can use either yellow.
Yellow.
Now,
Green.
in this case, I wanted two fields. There is another one is there, green is there. You want water, take it. So another field, like this is one if condition, but how many outputs are there? 3 outputs are there.
Yeah.
But using the if condition, I can take only outputs, red or yellow.
And
But
condition.
I need a green also.
else part, man. We have to take the else part.
And take the
If else.
It's the false. We can again insert this.
We need to insert again the if condition. One more if condition I need to insert. Total I have a 3 values.
Conditions.
If, and the condition I'm going to check. Days open is, let's say, less than 20.
Yellow.
Yellow. Otherwise,
Green.
Green.
is this formula field is right? Is this formula field is correct or not? There is something wrong in this formula field.
No, we have to take one more if condition.
Condition.
So,
Condition.
So there is no possibility for green.
Right, there is no possibility for a green. When the green is going to show if it is a greater than 20. What is the first if condition? If greater than 20, then I need to display the red. No system will get confused whether should I need to display red or a green. Right? So what should we do that? In that case,
But still, we save it, it will get saved.
it will save because
but
it will look for the,
the first condition.
this is only syntax check. It is not a functionality check. So syntax is fine, but working functionality is wrong. Now what should I need to do here? What is the condition that I need to take?
Spot. Else spot, man.
What is the condition I need to take? What is OR? Where you will take OR condition? I have only one days open, number of days open. If number of days is greater than 20, it should display red. If it is less than 20, it should display yellow and green.
And
Yes, we need to change 10. If you change a 10, then it will give you the information. So click on check syntax. Now click on the next button. What's your name?
Dhanesh.
Dhanesh. Okay. Now, next one is step 6, validation rule. Now, validation rule on position object. Now, what is the validation rule? Minimum pay should never be greater than maximum pay. On the position, we have a minimum pay and the maximum pay. Now, here, if I give a minimum pay, it will take. Now, if I give the same minimum pay, and if I give a highest one, it will take. System will accept it. Right? We should not make the system to accept if they are giving this kind of a information here. In order to restrict that, I'm going to create a validation rule. Now, how do I create a validation rule? Validation rule. New button. Right. So let's say here.
Insert the, just like go to the top and select the rule name. It's like check minimum, check the minimum pay.
Right. So maximum pay, minimum pay should not be greater than maximum pay. Now, how do I check? Insert field.
Object and that
Minimum.
card
Minimum pay.
field name.
Minimum pay.
Sir.
Operator.
Greater than
Maximum.
Sorry.
Numbers should never change.
Is it correct or
Should
is
be
it?
interchange. Minimum pay.
Wrong.
Minimum pay should not get
Minimum pay is less than maximum.
Minimum pay should be higher or maximum pay should be higher?
Maximum pay should be higher.
Is
Maximum,
this formula
Maximum
is
pay
right or wrong?
Wrong, ma'am.
Wrong.
To right, maximum pay greater than
maximum pay
minimum.
greater than
Maximum pay
minimum pay.
greater
ma'am.
than
We want to see validation message, right? Then maximum pay should be greater than minimum pay. In that condition, we should see the validation alert.
So, for example, if I have a minimum pay is
greater than maximum.
8,000 and then maximum pay is 6,000. Now, in this scenario, I need a error, or do I need a scenario on 6,000 greater than 8,000?
This condition is actually right, like because if this condition satisfies, then only the error will be thrown.
So what is the output? Is it a correct or wrong? How many members are saying wrong? Raise your hand. Right or wrong?
Right, ma'am, it is right.
This condition is
Right only.
Whoever is saying wrong, raise your hand. Nobody will raise it. Whoever is saying right, raise your hand.
This is correct.
Okay, now whoever is raised the hand down, and whoever did not raise the hand up. Up, up, you, up. Whoever did not raise it, up, up. Why you guys think it is wrong? What is validation rule?
Rule is maximum pay always greater than minimum pay.
Right, rule should be maximum should be always greater than minimum. That means if minimum is a greater than maximum, then should show the error. Right, so that means I should have a minimum greater than maximum, then show the error message. This is a right. This is the right one. Minimum pay is whenever it is a greater than, show the error message. Now you tell me, is it right or wrong?
Yeah, this is correct.
Right.
Okay. Now still somebody saying that wrong. Yes, why it is wrong? Developer fails to do it here only. The calculation part, the comparison part, validation rule part. Most of the developers spend lot of time on the validation because of these kind of issues. Right? There, here only it's stuck. They will stuck. Now, listen here. You have a minimum pay. Listen here. You have a minimum pay, maximum pay. Now, what is the maximum pay? That means the highest value. Right? So, this is the highest value. Do you show the error message when the maximum pay value is the highest? No. Everybody agrees this? Right. So, that means highest that means it should be always the highest. When you will show the error message when it is the low, when it is the low or a lowest, when it is a low, compared to which one? Minimum pay. Compared to minimum pay. That means low means what? Whatever this corner is there, that is the low. Right? Whatever this is there, this side is a high. So highest greater than lowest. When it is like this, then we are going to show the error message. Now here highest means this side, what is the value? Minimum pay. What is the highest here?
Minimum pay.
This side, whenever the minimum pay is highest, I wanted to show the error message, right? So whenever that means whenever the maximum pay is low, then I wanted to show the error message. Now, what is the operator you are going to use it? Greater than. Minimum pay greater than maximum pay. So whenever the formula that we have written, that is correct one. So here minimum pay should not be greater than maximum pay. Now I'm going to show on the field level minimum pay. Click on save. Now step 6 is completed. Now the next one is if the close date is not specified and the status is closed field. That means I'm closing the position. We got all the candidates, fulfilled all the positions. We are closing the position. And when I'm closing the position, I don't have a closed date. If I do not have a closed date, show the validation error message on the screen. That is another validation error. I need to implement another validation whenever we are closing the position and I do not have a close date value, then we should show the error message. Now, how should I need to implement this? What should I need to do?
If whether close date is out blank or not. If and in the subsection we need to give status is equal to close field or close not content.
Okay, others?
And argument.
So if close date is not specified.
Not equal to null or not equal to blank.
How do we check the date field? In the formula field, how do I check the date field value?
Is null.
Is blank.
Is null.
Is blank.
Is null or is blank?
Is null.
Again, is null or is blank?
Is null only, man.
Why is null?
Blank.
Is blank treat 0 as the value.
Right, but why should we use a is null?
Is the number. Date
Is null
number.
is used for number.
Date is the number or is it a string format?
String format. Date.
String format. Now, in that case, which one should I need to use it?
Is blank.
Is
Is
null.
blank. Blank. Is blank. For
Is-
string
Is
blank.
blank.
Is blank, and I'm going to use the field here, close date. If the close date is null. Now, where should I need to put this logic? Where should I need to put this logic?
Condition. Within the if condition.
If.
Where should I need to put the logic?
Closed it.
Where should I need to put the logic? Where should I need to put the logic? What are we doing it?
Validation rule. It is
Where should I need to put the logic? Huh?
Yes.
Where should I need to? Are you listening? Why? If condition. In the if condition, logic, the logic is close date is blank, right? If the close date is blank. Now, If close date is blank, then what should we do the true condition? Error. If it is a true, that means if the close date is a blank, then what is
Status
the
has to
requirement?
return the
close
value.
field, close field
Close
or
field.
close not approved.
And condition we have to use.
So in the logic, I need to put a two conditions. One is a close date is null. If it is a null and status is a closed field. These two conditions I need to add it. Now, how do I add the and condition here?
Function.
How do I add it? Function.
Functions.
And the function.
And is blank close date. And then what else I need to add it?
Status close field.
Status is closed field.
How do I add a status?
Insert
Is
field.
Insert field. Status.
which one do I
Is pick value of status.
is pick value?
Insert status.
Insert field.
Insert field.
So I need to use the status. field.
Status.
And what is the value?
Closed field.
Close
Status
field.
field.
Close field.
Close is not approved.
Closed
Field.
Field or close not approved.
Closed approved.
Okay, edit object. Let's check the value of condition field. So the fields are relationship. Status. Post field. Now I have this condition. Now, if this condition is true, what should happen? If this condition is false, what should happen? Are you guys able to see? If this condition is a true, what should happen? If this condition is a false, what should happen?
If condition is true, it has to return the day.
Error.
If condition is false, it has to return the error message.
If condition is true,
It has to return the date.
Closed.
what
Close
it has to
field.
return?
Close date.
What is the value?
It has
What is
to
the
throw an
value?
error.
Throw an error.
Is it true? It has to throw an error.
Error.
So do I really need a if condition here? Is there anything that we have to do if it is a false? Do I need to update or anything? Do I need to do it for the true condition or a false condition?
If you have to evaluate the condition, we must write the if condition.
Can you repeat that?
If you have to evaluate the any value, we have to use the if condition.
Right, but are we doing any update here? No, do I need a if condition here?
No.
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 I think no.
So let's take out.
Because it will automatically throw the error message if any of the condition is not satisfied.
Right, it will automatically close the condition. That means here and condition. So only I needed is and condition. And is blank close state.
But we also have other values, right?
What is the other values?
Closed field and closed not approved.
If
Not
it is a
approved.
other, we have it, then you have to put a or condition.
Yes, or
So, but right now here, the scenario is we are checking only for the close field or closed not approved. Now, how
Or-
do you add a or condition here for a
Close and
close not
cancel.
approved?
if
Where do you add a or
Front-
condition?
if
in
is
front of
pick value,
One.
Is
Or in front of
is Is blank under is blank and is value then you can add.
Do you add a or condition after this, or do you add a or condition here or a here?
After
But
close
Is
field.
big value, ma'am. After is big value.
Madam, is big before is big.
If we add it after the bracket, no, both the conditions will be checked.
Is big value before value.
So in between this, I need to add a or condition. Or is pick val status equal to close field? Comma. I need to add is picklist val closed, not approved. Check the syntax. No errors. Perfect. Is our validation rule is done, or are we left with anything?
Ma'am, error message.
Closed cancel is
Closed cancel also. Then add.
Closed, cancelled. So that means we need to add another or condition. Do I need to add a or condition? Or do I need to add a or?
No,
No, madam.
No.
I can just put a comma. Then I can add is pick val status closed, cancelled. Check syntax. Are we missing anything? We are done.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what is the error message we need to show? Close date is not specified. Now field level is close date. Done. Now let's check here. Now the first thing is the minimum pay. If minimum pay is the highest, is it showing the error message? Yes, it is showing the error message. It should be always less than the maximum pay. Click on save. And next thing is that if I'm updating the field, which is a status field. Status field, if I'm updating here, close not approved. Where is the close date? Did I create a close date?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Close date.
Close date is null. Now here I'm going to change the closed, cancelled, and click on save. What is showing? It is showing the error message close date is not specified. So this is the scenarios in the real time also we will be using it same. The purpose of a validation rule is by default Salesforce we are creating some fields, but we cannot restrict these fields at the field level or a page layout level, which I can restrict only by using the validation rule. These are like a comparison, or another field is mandatory based on the first field value. So these are the scenarios that we will use in the real time for the validation, right? Now let's take a break. We'll come back in half an hour. Maybe we will do 1 more hour after the session, then we will end up. Fine?
Okay,
so take a break. So we have created the validation rule on the position object, which is a minimum pay should never be greater than maximum pay. And also we have created whenever the close date is blank, and if you are updating the status, closed field and closed not approved, closed cancelled. If you are updating this, then it should throw an error. This is what we have completed before the break. Now the next thing is create a record types. On the position object, I need to create a record types, technical position and non-technical position. So let's go ahead and create it. Now how to create a record types?
Go to the position object. In left panel, we have record types.
Record types.
Now Whenever we are creating the record type, what is the prerequisite? We need to set up the page layout. Now, how many page layout do I have? Only one page layout. How many record types am I creating? 2 record types I'm creating. If I'm creating a 2 record types, what is the prerequisite that I need to do? I need to create another page layout. One page layout for the technical position page layout. Another layout is for the non-technical position page layout. So that is the prior one. So first we need to set up the page layout. Now here this is the position. Now I click on renew. Now I'm going to use the existing one. Now can I create a page layout from the scratch? Scratch in a sense, creating, mentioning everything page layout.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
We can clone the existing page layout.
We cannot create a page layout from the scratch. We need to use the existing page layout and create a new one. Now I'm going to create a new one here, technical position layout. Right, click on it, save. Create another page layout. Click on save. I'll create another one. Click on the new. Non-technical. Position layout. Click on save. Now we are done with creating the 2 additional page layouts. Now I'll go ahead and create a record types. Click on the new record type. What is the existing record type means? Master means what? What is master here? Master means what?
Default
Adjusting primary.
From which record type we need to clone?
Unique
default
record.
record type.
Unique
It
record.
says, right, master,
Source.
nothing but whatever the fields that we have in the object level, all the fields will be part of this master. That means Salesforce is having their own record type, right? It never be shown here. So it has their own. So master, take the existing as a master, and record type label is technical position. Now here description, active is a checkbox, available for the all the profiles. Make it available for all the profiles. Whenever we are creating the first record type, what is the one which is going to take here? Taken as a default, or will it not be taken as a default? Whatever the first one is taken, that is a default. So here by default, make a default. Option is default will be. Click on it. Next. And page layout is we are creating the technical. So we should assign the technical position layout. So apply one layout to all the profiles. Click on the save and new. We are going to create another record type. Now, what is the purpose of record type?
It will display particular non-technical fields.
What is the purpose of record type?
To filter
We can implement different page layouts for single object, and we can show differently to the profiles.
We can filter the fields to particular entries.
The purpose of the record type is if we want to display the data differently for it, in order to capture the different information for one business, different information for another business. Whenever we wanted to capture the different data for the 2 members, Then we will create a record types. Technical position. Now click on active. Now here make a default is, by default it is unchecked. Now make it available. Now click on the next button and apply non-technical position layout. Click on save. We are done with creating the page layout and the record types. Now we are done with creating the record types and the page layouts. Now we have assigned the page layout. In case if you have not assigned the page layout, how do you do it? Assume that first you created the record type, then you created the page layout. Ideally, page layout should be created first, and then you should create a record type. But let's assume that first you have created the record type, then you created the page layout. Now, how do you assign it? We have an option here, page layout assignment. So by using the page layout assignment, you can assign, in case if you have created the page layout after creation of the record type, by using this button, you can assign it. Now the assignment is completed. Now step 8 is we need to arrange the page layout. Now what is right now here it is displaying, all the data is displaying in the left side. Now I need to arrange it. Now in order to arrange it, now I need to show the
page.
So here I need to show the section information. In this information, I'm going to add a position title, status, location, type, open date, functional area, job level, close date. So these are the couple of fields which I'm going to place it into the information section. Then I have a compensation. In the compensation, I'm going to put minimum pay, maximum pay, whatever the working dates are there, those working dates, and we have a description. Description is a job description, responsibilities, skills required. And then we have another section, required skills, like whatever the checkboxes are there, we are going to place everything into the required skills. And then we'll have a Excel, team building, non-tech, position layout. Now this is the layout assignment. Now in the real time also, whenever we are creating the record, we should not just create a field and leave not like this. You need to arrange the field properly in the real time. That means this is does not called as a good user interface. This is a bad user interface. Right? So you need to make a good user interface. In order to create a good user interface, let's say I'm going to modify the page layout. Let's say technical page. For the technical page layout, I'm going to add a section. Drag this. Place it here. I already have a information here. I already have a information section is there. Right? I'm going to add one more section here, compensation. Now, detail page, edit page. Now, what is this checkboxes? Detail page, edit page. Huh? It is basically, now whatever they said, like do you want to see section in the detailed page as well as whenever you are editing the page, if you want to see this information. Now, do you want to go with one column or a two column? Two column, click on OK. Now here, compensation. Now I'm going to drag the information. Now we'll have a minimum pay. Pay and maximum pay. And what else? We have a working days. And that's it. Now I'm going to add one more section here, required skills. On OK, in the required skills, I'm going to add the Apex and JavaScript, travel required, Lightning, else we need required skills. These are the one. Now next one I'm going to add description. Click on OK. Now in the description, let's say job description, skills required, right? And educational requirements. Now let's add the responsibility, open date, location, functional area, job level, status, type, certification, let's add it into the skills. And the close date, severity on top. Days to open, let's add it into the here. Fine, so these are the, I have arranged it, click on it, save. I did make changes to the only technical position layout. Now if I refresh here position, now whatever this position, which layout is it using? How do I know that which layout is used here? How do I know that in the Lightning, which layout is used on this object? I have a multiple of layouts are there. How do I know that which layout is used here?
We need to go to related.
Related. I'm talking about the layout, the page layout. We have a 3-page layouts here. When we have a 3-page layouts, which page layout is used on the record level? How do I know that?
Display field.
Sorry?
You can fill a
Page
display
layout
field.
assignment.
Another question. We have created a record type on the position. I have it.
Yeah, ma'am.
Some records are available here, right? Now,
Click on setting up.
automatically record type is allocated for this existing record. Now I created the record types. First I created the records. Then I created the record types. If I create a record types, what will happen to the existing records?
Distribute. Select to fill a display.
What will happen to the existing records? Now, whatever the record types I have created a 2 record types. What will happen to the existing records? Record type is a blank. Right? If you have already created a data on the object and now you are creating a record type. You already have a data on the object. Now you are creating a record type. Then existing records does not hold any of the record type. It does not hold any of the record type. Now it does not have any record type. Now which layout it is using? How do I know it? It does not have any record type. In order to know the layout on this Lightning, click on this edit page. Setup and click on the edit page. In the edit page, it will open up the builder. Click on this detail section. record details. Now here it says position layout preview. Previewed is nothing but which one we are seeing right now. Which layout are we seeing right now? So this is currently which we are previewing it. Right? So that's the reason whatever the changes we made on the technical, does not reflect here. Now, how do I know that? Just highlight this detail section, scroll down, you will be able to see assign page layouts. In the assign page layouts, you have a position layout. Position layout which are the one it says previewed. That means that is the page layout that we are viewing on the object level or a record level. Right? Now, let's say here, I wanted to change this. Now, if I wanted to change, two ways which we can do it. What are the two ways which we can do it? How do I change the page layout?
Page
layout assignment, and that is a one way of doing it. Another way, edit page.
Edit page.
Delete this, Sama.
Another way of updating the page layout. Another way of updating the page layout. How do we update the page layout? One way is to assign page layout. Now, what is the another way? How can I change the page layout? Right now, it is a position layout. I wanted to change from position layout to the technical position layout. Record type. One way is to assign the record type. Another way is page layout assignment. If you have a record type, change the record type. Then automatically the layout will be updated. If you do not have a record type on the object level, then you should go for a page layout assignment. Now here, if I update this record type, let me add the record type on the position. Position layout. Whenever the record type is created, there is a field that gets created on the object level, which is called record type. I'm going to add a record type, click on save. Similarly, I'm going to add it on the technical position layout. Now here I'm going to say record type. Let's add the record type here. Quick save is nothing but save and stay here. Right now, if you want to update another layout, just choose the another layout here, non-technical. Now I'm going to enter here record type. Enter the record type and click on save. When you save it, save the page layout, redirect back to the here page layouts. Now I'm going to update the page layout. That means I'm going to change the record type. When I change the record type, click on edit. How do I change the record type? I don't have an option here to change the record type. How do I change it? Did we completed the record types? Yes, right. So how did we change the record types? Online guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes, so I'm here.
Okay. Maybe Amardeep, check from your side.
Yes, ma'am. Sometime your voice is not clear.
Okay. So how do you change the record type? Record type is read-only field. You will not have an inline option. Now, how do you change the record type? Okay. Others, how do we change the record type? How do we change the record type?
Got this variable have created, we need to change for each program.
No.
Insert and do it. We need to do the technical or non-technical.
For existing records, how do we change the record type? two ways we can change the record type.
By changing the page layout assignment.
No. Record type I wanted to change. Right now it is a blank here. I wanted to place a technical position record type.
When you use page layout.
In order to change this, you have a two option. One is a change record type button. Change record type button. So when you click on a change record type, you can change it here. Or else just click on this icon. If you click on that icon, it will be changed. So whenever the record type is changed, automatically the page layout is also gets changed. Now this is the page layout. Right? So these are the page layout. So in order to change this, either click on this or click on the change record type. Fine. So this is done. Now the next thing is a create a compact layout and assign. Now what is the compact layout? Now the compact layout, if you see here on the account level, let's open the account. Let's click on all the accounts. Click on this record. Now do you see on the top? So whenever the record is created, whenever the record is created, on top level, you see these fields, right? Now, can I see these fields on the position level? If I go to the position, if I open the record, I cannot see those fields on the top. Now, how do I add it? Now, they are saying that add a compact layout and assign it. That means you need to create a compact layout. Now, compact layout is, this is the compact layout. By default, this is a system default. Now you need to create a new compact layout. That means what are the fields that you wanted to show on the page? Let's say this is a custom compact. And the fields that I wanted to show, let's say here, functional area, location, and let's say position name and the record type. Position name on starting. Now click on save. I have created a custom compact. Now I'm going to assign the compact layout. Click on the compact layout assignment. And now I'm going to select here custom compact. Select the values here. Custom compact and click on save. Now it is custom compact is assigned to the non-technical, technical. Record type level, it is assigned the compact. Now let's go ahead and refresh. Now on top, you can see here functional area, location, record types. Right, so these are the available. Now, question to you. I created a compact layout by adding the fields, position name, functional area, location, record type. Total 4 fields I have added. But how many fields it is displaying it? Only 3. Which one it is not displaying it? Position name it is not displaying. Why it is not displaying the position name?
It's on the top.
We have on the top position name is already there. So that's the reason it is not displaying it. So whatever the position name, whether it is a object name never displays here because it is already there on the default. So that's the reason it is displaying the 3. Now this is done. Now we are place the number, status, job level. We have also, like if you want to place the status, right now it is displaying the record type. Now you can also modify if you want to add anything. Let's say I wanted to remove the position name. Remove the position name and the status as well as the job level. Click on it, save. The refresh. It will take time. But by the way, why do we need a fields here? What is the purpose of adding the fields here? Anyway, fields are there in the detail section. But why should I need to add it here? I focus. So you have some 50 fields are there on the detail section. Now, if you have to go through each one of them, you need to search where is the states, right? If you want your focus should go on to the only specific fields, right? So it's based on the team, right? Team wants to look at only the status. That means my focus should go on to the only the status field. So you will find out client is going to give you those fields. Which fields do you want on the top level? I focus. So those fields will be displayed there. It's taking time. Now let's move on. Step 10. Create a lookup field as a hiring manager on the position object. It will look up to the user object, which is a standard object, and put this field in the information section, both position layouts. That means I need to create a lookup relationship on the position, which is looking for the parent object called user object. And the field name is hiring manager. Right? How to create a lookup relationship?
Fields and relationships.
Fields and relationship.
New.
In the new
Lookup.
Lookup relationship.
select lookup relationship.
Click on a next.
Related to
Related
Position.
position object.
Related to the
HR manager.
Hiring
hiring manager, ma'am.
hiring manager.
related to the
User object.
User object.
user object. We need to look to the user object. And click on the next. And the name of the field is hiring manager. Now, what is the differences between the lookup and master?
In lookup, it is loose bonding.
Loose
In
bonding.
parent
And in
object is not
master
mandatory.
data relationship, it is a strong bond.
Master data relationship is a tight bonding relationship.
If you delete the
If we delete
parent
the
record, parent
child-
record,
If you delete
child
master
record will
data,
automatically
that will
delete
automatically
in the
delete
master detail relationship.
in the lookup relationship, it will delete parent record, it will automatically not delete.
How many lookup fields can I create it per object?
40.
40.
Master detail relationship.
Two, ma'am. Two relations.
Now, if I go here, go to the refresh. The position object. Now, close state. Let's refresh. Now, let me switch to the classic. Now, if I wanted to switch to the classic, what should I need to do?
Oka book scale.
Profile.
What I need to do if I have to switch to the classic?
Profile switch
Go
to
to the
classic.
Profile and click on cloud.
Click on the
Switch it to Salesforce.
Salesforce Classic. What is the differences between the classic and lightning?
Classic is old version.
old version. Lightning is the new
Lightning
version.
is a new version.
Very updated.
And
What else?
Navigation.
Both the interfaces are different.
it's different.
Lightning is the latest interface. It is more GUI friendly.
Classic is a very slow process.
Okay. What is the major difference? 1 point major difference.
User friendly.
User
User friendly and
User
look and
interactions.
feel will be good in lightning.
visible purpose also is good. It makes
Single page navigation, multi-page navigation. In classic, we'll have a single page navigation. Only one page you can see here. Whereas in the lightning, you can do multi-page. Now, this is the hiring manager, which is looking at the user object. which is the admin project. Click on save. So this is how we will be creating the lookup relationship. We are done with the position. We are done with position. Position object, fields, page layout, formula fields, validation, compact layout, record types, page layouts,
Or type based layout, compact layout,
lookup relationship,
Validation rules.
validation rules,
we
Formula.
covered
formula field.
total 9 we have created. Right? So we will see few of them tomorrow. Then we'll go for a customization.
Tomorrow, we have
Right?
class.
So
Ma'am, why did you switch to the classic when you were creating lookup relationship?
switch to the classic because I was not able to see the field. Lightning is taking time to display the field.
Okay.
In real time also classic you use.
Maybe this is compact and config. Try using compact and config.
Compact?
Config. Because
Yes.
If there are any communication that classic will be decommissioned.
Sorry?
And is there any communication that like classic will be decommissioned in some days?
Yeah, it happens